ladies and gentlemen, my name's Chris, and I'll be taking a look at Reign of the Elements, Mage's Initiation by Himalaya Studios. I'm recording this before the game's initial release. So far it's reminded me a bit of the Wadget Eye games, Blackwell series in there, by the looks. And considering it's based, well, inspired by, rather, things like King's Quest, I'm imagining it's going to play similar to that. Let's have a quick look at the options. Turn this down to this little. Yep. There's combat apparently. Oh. Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting. Let's have a look at combat options first. Okay. So it's primarily magic based, which would make sense. It's also real time by the looks. Let's jump in. Okay, let's go like this now. Verb coin is the whole thing where you click like lick street or something, isn't it? Oh no. I like the old style from like Sierra and that.
We all have a beginning. A moment that changes us, shapes us into who we are. For some, it is a quiet turn, planned, ushered in with precision. For others, it is a sharper twist of fate, leaving scars that never heal. For most, these moments are endured, accepted, even forgotten, while there are those who struggle to forgive, to forget. And there are some, just a few, who pass through the fire, wanting more. I know my beginning. I know where it will take me. It will fall to me, Dark, the mightiest of mages, to face my demons and save Eliwold. I summon you, fiend of the lower world. Rise and face your bane.
Okay, let's...
Dark, wake up! You can daydream after your initiation. The masters are waiting for you in the Hallowed Hall.
Yeah, the artwork's really good. Oh man. Okay.
It's me, Dark.
The name's a bit unfortunate, but everything else is looking good.
The Sharpstone Ranges. It's an ordinary tree.
Is it?
I've fallen out of that tree enough times. I don't bite, bark.
But do you bark bite?
The pillars were once used to ward off undesirables. That is, anyone who was not a mage.
And how was that done? Can you,
The twin beams no longer disintegrate unwanted visitors. Nowadays, they just assist with teleporting.
Oh no.
The path from the town and crossroads leads to the Mage's Tower. There is not a great deal to do out here. Hardly spellbinding.
I do like how it has acknowledgements for everything.
The Mage's Tower, my home for the last decade.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's get this game on the road. But yeah, no, I'm really digging the art style. Very,
The door is ajar. Bort has set the combination dial to Shadow, Earth, Shadow.
I guess I'll try to remember that.
It's a good thing I found you, Dark. It's not like I can check the records hall, and my finder amulet doesn't work anymore.
Best friend who would... Bort? My other son is named Bort?
Bort, friend and Earth Mage. He would not enjoy that. This is Joni. She enjoys a good game. He is yet to be initiated. Mages of every element bustle about the tower's halls.
I really like the portraits as well, actually.
Bort has placed a protective aura over everything readable. I cannot take a single page without permission.
Why? Let's talk to
I
Joan
still
first.
can't speak to her without blushing.
Aww.
They look preoccupied. Besides, three's a crowd.
Yes, but there's already 3 there. Let's talk to Bort.
Nervous? You should be. Just don't be late like I was, unless you want to repeat a whole year.
That's
Good
harsh.
luck. Only a select few are allowed in there, outside of the Masters. It was established to keep track of hall traffic, so that the less frequented halls could be removed. It's a handy little trinket, let me tell you, though I wouldn't use it to keep track of someone you're interested in. They don't seem to like that. Or so I've heard. Anyhow, mine hasn't worked since its magical emerald faded. It's a special kind of large gemstone, said to be blessed by the elements. There aren't many like it. I got mine from the Greencap Goblins.
Why don't you just go back to their camp and ask for another one?
I would, but...
You're comfortable here.
There is that. Also, there's no way I could find their camp again without them wanting me to. Or without using my finder amulet.
Which doesn't work.
You see my problem.
Interesting. Don't mind the interface either.
I don't know the combination.
Water, air, earth.
Let's have a look then.
It appears to be an incantation for growing a pine cone out of your head. This was fashionable in Dominatra about 5 years ago. It is a book of mages, past and present. A pot filled with soil and a few budding seeds.
Oh, seeds, take those.
I can't think of a good reason to walk around with dirt in my pockets.
You're an adventure game, you don't need one. That's fair enough. Hello hall. Doorway.
A door.
You're not going to tell me what for? Okay.
A door.
Okay.
A dial.
It would be useful if they told you.
I need to enter a combination for the hall I want to visit.
Ah. So you just put it in. Actually. What was it again?
What was the...
Water, air,
Water, air. Water. Air. Huh. That seems like it'd be good for hiding Easter eggs in that.
Welcome, Initiate.
Bad guy.
You have trained long and hard under our roof. Your element has chosen you well.
Already, your time as a novice is drawing to a close.
Soon you will demonstrate mastery over your power.
The time has come to claim your element. Before you begin, you must affirm that which has chosen you.
Oh, cool. Do you get to
Thoughts
choose?
reflect your nature and your element alike. Respond carefully.
You see an old woman lost in the market quarter. She appears confused and begs you to help her.
She doesn't know who she is, so you can't walk her home.
A fight breaks out in the local tavern. The barkeep looks to you for help.
The giftless, or non-mages, are...
What is magic for?
I'd say helping mostly.
A man lies on the side of the street, moaning. You fear he may have contracted violet fever. In your responses, you have demonstrated an affinity with the water. Do you agree with this assessment, Initiate?
Sure?
You have affirmed your commitment to the water. Your thoughts become fluid, and each drop sees your wisdom rise. You may request your first gifts from the sphere of knowledge.
Yay! Blue!
To earn the title of your kindred, you must fulfill 3 tasks.
Your first awaits across the lake, upon Lone Island. There you will find a banished priestess, her beauty rivaled only by her cunning and treachery. Take but a lock of her hair.
Your second lies within the valley of our closest mountains, where our winged guardians keep watch over the town. Most prized are their griffin's eggs. Return with 1.
The forest conceals your final task. Many beings and beasts dwell there, most with laws of their own. Bring back the horn of a trinicorn.
A warning. The townspeople are tolerant of our magic, yet care little for it.
Pass by them as the gentlest breeze, and leave them to their small affairs.
Go now, focus on your tasks. You have until the new day dawns.
Farewell, young novice. May your deeds ensure you a place in the memory of others.
Elements guide you.
This is pretty cool, actually. You know, I like this setup where you get to basically choose what mage you are and your elemental affinity in that. I really like this.
The 4 masters of the Mage's Tower. They keep largely to themselves. I have had little to do with them.
Pyros.
Flame of water. I shall pretend that makes sense. Flame of air. Flame of fire. Flame of earth.
Okay.
It gives off a coldness. It might freeze my tongue off.
Oh, I guess I just leave then? I have a private hole. Let's check that out first.
All my worldly worth.
Take.
An indefinitely locked chest.
What?
I have never managed to get this thing open. Once I tried hauling it out the window. It bounced right back. You only have to think of touching it, and it lights up. It's extinguished. A bedside study desk, a standard feature for a novice's private hall. My arms have rested there long enough. So is my head.
Mortar and pestle.
If I need to use it, I can just do the grinding at this bench. My friend, the king.
Take it.
No way. He almost took my hand off last time.
Oh, cool. Can this thing speak?
He's really a pussycat.
Uh,
With practice, a single pup. It is said 1 out of every 300 of these cupboards activates a portal to somewhere. I didn't get lucky. A shield from some defeated kingdom or other, from the days when mages were less studious.
the voice acting's good.
My home of homes for the past 10 years. A potion to promote the healing of wounds. I'm quite partial to this depiction. It changes according to my interests. I'm glad nobody saw it a year ago. I have not worked out how to make it talk yet. Why risk a concussion? Why?
Okay. Heal.
I should fill this flask in the fountain hall. Mage's water is always a good thing to have.
Good
The
idea.
door combinations have changed recently. I wonder if there's a water mage who'd know it. I've been too... I did not spend the last... I've been suffering... I can't return without the lock of hair.
Yeah. A reading hall. Oh my god, he looks like such a dick.
Ready for your tasks? I wrote them down for you, just in case. Do not ask me how I know them. There is a reason I enjoy this job. Just try not to make the ink run. By the way, don't forget to acquire your first spells from the Sphere of Knowledge in the training hall. The combination is fire, light, light.
Bort. Cray is the competitive sort. He was initiated not long ago.
My tasks were somewhat different from yours. I had to bring back the skin of a 50-foot panther snake, a pearl from the bottom of the lake. We had mermaids back then. You would have loved that. And the cap from a green cap goblin. I am just glad it was not a red cap. Those goblins dip their caps in blood and are not too particular about whose. Fortunately for me, the green caps were partial to tonics. I taught them how to make a special one. None can appreciate one's element more than an earth mage. It is in our nature, if you'll pardon the pun.
Brumtish.
Igenor's tower is unique, at least for 3 days' walk in any northerly direction. Then you'll find another exactly like it. It's the best job in the world to be caretaker of every book in this hall. Someday, I will have read them all. I have a fondness for natural studies, which should not surprise you. Also, I have taken a liking to history. I doubt you would be interested in that. You're wearing the wrong color for a start.
Interesting.
I'm more inclined to research past the commonly known texts. The earlier, the better. You know, the stories of how the elements cleansed the old world, and how mages rose from among the giftless to protect what was left.
I'm now wondering if certain dialogue changes based on element. I mean, I assumed it would, but maybe you actually get more in-depth conversations.
Our ancestors must have really ruined things for the elements to react the way they did. Think of all that strange technology the giftless once had. All gone now, though one can't help but wonder if anything got left behind.
If it did, it would be our duty to destroy it.
Of course.
Okay, so this is post-apocalyptic then?
There are an untold number of halls within this tower, which is what comes from making the best use of the same space. We can be a fickle bunch at times, I grant you, but I believe every mage has Eliwold's best interests at heart. I have no doubt that my element knew what it was doing when it picked me, in a naturalistic polypantheistic sense.
You made that term up.
Maybe. But you can chant to it. Is there anything you do not already know about me? We've been friends since the day you arrived. Come to think of it, we're both lucky I started at this hall 10 years before you. I nearly went to the one in Saltdish. Who wouldn't want to be a master? With just 4 seats per tower, it remains an unrealized goal for most. To reach that level requires the highest discipline, with the exception of the High Masters of Dominatra. Meeting them is a rare privilege. If you ever get even half the chance, jump at it. If I could learn half as much as he has, I would die a happy mage. We've always shared a policy of honesty, so you know my full opinion of you. However, if you would like me to reiterate...
No, you're right. We've covered that subject thoroughly.
The ideal place for an Earth Mage who wishes to spend his life in quiet contemplation and hard study.
Sounds exciting.
I think so. The Masters are looking to extend the initiation period to 4 days, up from 1. That doesn't help you, though. I heard that a new hall has been discovered in the tower, one the Masters had not commissioned. Sometimes I think this place has a life of its own. Let me guess. You want to read up on your first task? What do you need to know?
Something about the lake.
I know just the thing. You should be able to find it now.
Only you would know a book-finding spell.
There are a lot of old stories about Lorelei Lake, mostly to do with pretty fish girls and drowning. I have never had the opportunity to visit, but there isn't a lot growing on it anyway. I have heard a lot about her. No idea if the anecdotes are true. You'll have to find out for yourself. She sleeps in a giant clam, like a vampire in a coffin.
A clampire, if you will.
She collects the heads of failed initiates. I believe their service did not end well. By all accounts, she got off lightly. After all those centuries, she might welcome a haircut. By the way, don't forget to acquire your first...
There are too many books to read for one lifetime, though Bord is working on it. He has a protection spell on...
That's nifty. That's a very Cthulhu name. Okay, let's talk to this supposed dickhead.
Newly initiated water mage at your service. Our motivations are clearest, our thoughts purest. Of course, you won't get such an admission from too many here. That's ignorance for you. I have had the opportunity to speak with her on several occasions. She sees in me great potential. Just my luck having to deal with that Earth Mage whenever I want to look something up. Anyone so interested in paper and trees must be conflicted or confused. Did you get the priestess too? She is a popular task, especially among the male initiates.
I'm sure most don't see her that way.
Are you sure you're 16? My task was to catch her echo. Sounds tricky, but as with many things, it comes down to having the right bucket handy.
Do you know the combination to the fountain hall?
Have you not sailed the 3 seas? Tell you what, Dark, I'll trade you that information for a healing potion.
But
Otherwise, I hope you enjoy guesswork.
the 3 C's.
Some towns grow on you, others you can't wait to shed. I want to go to the capital, meet the High Masters, see their great tower. With any luck, I can avoid paying my family a visit. My parents are fine. At least they were when I last saw them a decade ago. I'm just glad I didn't take after them. Where else would anyone want to live if they had a choice? Dominatra is the only place to make a decent name for yourself. If you want to get anywhere, you have to seize the opportunities as you find them. I sense mine are almost within reach. I take it you want to cross Lorelei Lake? I have a compass that will allow you to navigate your way to the island.
Thank you.
Not so fast.
What do you want, Cray? Money?
Don't be ridiculous. I left something in the priestess's palace when I was there. I want you to get it back for me.
You mean the priestess took it from you?
I'm going to ignore that. The important thing is the item itself. A sapphire brooch encrusted with 4 smaller stones. It was a gift from someone who has since left Eganor.
A girl?
That is my business. Now, as you know, we are not permitted on the island unless it is part of our initiation. Promise to retrieve it for me, and I will give you the compass.
All right. Deal.
Good. Here you go. Oh, and you will also need this.
A scrap of paper? What is this? A riddle of some kind?
That is for you to work out. I've held up my end. Make sure you do the same. I would hate to see you disadvantaged for breaking your word.
What is that supposed to mean?
Let us hope you don't find out. Take good care of it. The compass once belonged to our watermaster. All I'll tell you is that it's meaningless without the compass.
Interesting. Actually. But what's this?
Nice bit of poetry. How can I help? There are a lot. I have. By the way.
Yeah. I'm gonna try that other thing first. The 3 C's, so I'm assuming water. Water. Boom. Nice.
I thought you might come this way. Initiates enjoy partaking of the fountain before setting out on their tasks. Calms the nerves. Come, drink. Works wonders, doesn't it? Of course you would know that. I cannot recall any water mage who has studied our elemental runes as thoroughly as you. I look forward to seeing you join our ranks once your tasks are completed. I remember when you were first brought here. What was it, 10 years ago? I had not long been initiated myself. Well, perhaps it was a little longer. Never mind that. I wondered then how your mother could give up such a beautiful child to strangers whose ways she could not know. Oh, but I do not mean to dredge up such memories. The past can be as potent as an illusion, and I have spent long enough studying those. You must stay focused on the tasks ahead.
This small shell must be a recent addition.
Mine
I can't use. Hey, the water refuses to enter the flask.
The fountain requires a donation of precious metal, 15 gold coins. You will need an empty flask to contain the water.
Ay, ay, ay. Expensive. But sure.
There, I've filled my flask with Mage's water. Shireen, mentor, friend, and water mage.
I am pleased to see you undertaking your tests. I knew the first day we met that you would become a great mage. You seem happier now, more than I've ever known you to be. Remember, your influence should be as the tide upon the rocks, subtle, yet persistent. May they guide us in all we do, and sustain our gratitude.
For our power?
For delivering us from the folly of humankind. The tower has been my home since I was a child. You cannot be more safe than within these walls. Protective magic aside, in our long history, few mages have sought to harm their kin. Where else in the tower can you find a deeper peace, a place to calm and center yourself? Without us, Eliwald would surely fall to the twin scourges, pollution and invention.
Not invention.
Let others see through
How
us,
dare people do things
for
for
we
themselves?
conceal all in plain sight. I could not be happier than where I am right now. I have seen many mages pass through this hall over the years, and have taught my fair share. I look forward to you joining our ranks. One of my most promising students. He has great ambition. I suspect your streams will merge someday. I considered following that path, but it would have deprived me the chance to train the young ones. Too high a price, I felt, for a seat in the hallowed hall. As for the masters themselves, I have always looked up to them, for they represent the best of us and confirm the wisdom of our elements. She remains my mentor and friend, though I see her less often nowadays. When you first came to us, there were some who maintained you were not up to what awaited you. I believed, and still do, that your element chose you for a reason. Find that reason, Dark, and hold on to it. What student of the water would not be content to soak up the tranquility of this province? Have you given any thought to what you will do after your initiation?
To be honest, not really. I thought I'd stay here a bit longer, maybe specialize in some area or another.
Do you ever think about returning home?
Sometimes. Most mages don't, though.
That is true. Many view it as unnecessary. 10 years is a long time. Memories fade.
Especially when influenced by our magic.
It saves much heartache and allows both chosen and their families to carry on with their lives.
In theory.
In theory.
Do you miss your family, Dark?
I miss recalling their faces, their voices, what they were like, whether they laughed. Things like that.
You've coped well.
I've been kept busy, and I'm grateful I haven't had to spend my life hauling Galags through the mud. They're the most stubborn creatures you could imagine.
All the same, you may permit yourself some time to reflect on where you've come from.
It's better to focus on what I'm doing and where I'm going. I don't need the distraction. It's too...
It's all right. The path of the chosen is not without its hardships. even if our pain is invisible to others. Do you regret coming here, Dark?
Why would you think that?
Sometimes I see it in your eyes. A longing.
Sure, to be initiated.
It's more than that. You yearn for something. Something you had once, but have lost.
If you're referring to my former home, leaving was neither my doing nor within my control.
You resent your lack of choice?
Since when do the chosen get to choose? Don't misunderstand me. I could not have loved my time here more. I just wonder.
How things might have been had your element not chosen you.
Yes, but it did. And here I am.
My most recently initiated student, Cray, is hoping to transfer to the Water Tower of Dominatra. I do not fancy his chances. Fierce does not begin to describe the competition there.
So they're passive and tranquils, but they're also passive-aggressive then?
I am not one to gossip, but I have heard a rumor that there may be a big event planned in the capital in the coming months.
That could literally mean anything.
Expect from this neither the easiest nor fairest of tests. Lorelei Lake must not be underestimated. Though serene in appearance, many have lost their lives to its depths. A realm of isolation, and a just and fitting one at that. She gains perverse gratification from playing with the minds of those who enter her domain. Impressionable guests are often influenced to walk headlong into perilous traps. She makes lies seem as truths, and her truths obscure lies. Amancool is a dark and twisted soul, whose tainting of her own water magic has corrupted her beyond redemption.
Damn.
Amancool was once a water mage, but she discovered a darker path. The priestess was able to avoid detection for some time before the order caught up with her. By then, she had caused unimaginable suffering for the foolish few who followed her. The stories of her misguided followers are equally tragic. They have paid the price for their lack of judgment. Sometimes I wonder if we should have allowed her to persist this long. Still, she retains some usefulness to the masters. One so vain will not give up such a treasure easily. Not when it's unlikely to grow back.
Oh, is she like a zombie or something? Fun.
By the way, Dark, if you have not yet visited the observation hall, you should do so.
How do I access it?
Try light, air, air.
Let's go.
Dark, before you go. Sometimes I glimpse the dreams of those closest to me. Often they make little sense, but yours of late have been clear.
I dream of demons, whatever they mean.
You dream of greatness, the mightiest of mages.
Is that a bad thing?
If one's motives are pure, no. But few achieve so delicate a balance, and fewer still maintain it.
What are you saying?
Let the trials you face reflect your true nature. The lessons you learn will serve you, perhaps even save you. Good luck, Dark.
Bye.
There might be something useful to collect from the floor. There might be some... There might...
The airspeed of a magpie. What was it again?
There might...
Oh, I want marbles. So stupid, that's why I want it.
I can never keep track of those.
There might be... I don't have any reason to take it out. Best.
Yeah, I want everything.
This new outfit feels. There might.
If the wind were to change direction by exactly 42 degrees...
Jonas. Jonas? Jonas!
I would have the answer.
Smother him, it's the only way.
You startled me. I was making a precise calculation of... Well, I knew what it was a moment ago. I suppose you were off to take your test now, I remember my initiation, I think. It had to do with toads. Or was it frogs? Something messy, anyway. They always are, these things. Try not to worry too much about the tests. They are challenging, but they can also be a lot of fun. You just have to get through the life-threatening parts. Imagine if there was a fifth element, or sixth. Someone should write a book about that.
Make a special movie.
It has the best view in Ignore. Why go out into the world when you can see it all from here? Why? Do you know any? You can never have enough air. Trust me. You know me, always doing something productive, in a sense. Never see much of them. Then again, I do not see a lot of anybody. Few mages visit my observation hall. A pity. There is much to enjoy if you sit back and look. That reminds me, I must start keeping notes on my discoveries. Wonder what today's were. We once enjoyed a long, stimulating chat about... well, it must have been memorable. I know the name. Don't tell me. How could anyone overlook this paradise?
May I use your telescope?
Of course. What do you want to see?
Lone Island.
All right. All set.
Spin.
I see the palace on Lone Island. Is there something wrong with your telescope, Jonas? The palace on Lone Island keeps appearing and disappearing.
Have you tried not blinking?
I'm being serious.
How awful. Oh, I know. It's some kind of water magic or other. Those bubbly blues do love their illusions. My telescope, poor thing, is trying to counter it.
So if I go there, I won't be able to see it?
Exactly. See what?
Never mind.
Difficult to come by these days. Few visit my observation.
Such as?
I have a theory that the world may, in fact, not be flat at all, but roundish. Either that... Through my observations, I can tell you the local bird life is having a productive spring. Oh, you wanted human gossip? Check back with me later. The fun begins! The birds stay clear of it, with good reason. The last one that landed on it got snapped up by a large and toothy something. It would make a great spot for a duck blind, if we had any ducks. I hear she's very nice, for someone in prison so long. There were others on that island. No one told me. I believe the official line is an indefinite stay in a secured shelter. Let me know if you can spare a strand or two.
What for?
Anti-hair whitening potion. Very handy. Keep your head in the clouds.
Tish.
I can't... A bag of blue and red. I used to play with those.
Take them anyway. They seem useful. Oh, right, no. Man, this is really cool how every room is kind of just... It's the same, but it's not, if that makes sense. Fire. Light, light.
This old gem could do with a shine and polish. Even so, I can still sense its energy. It is not mine to take.
Oh, who cares about that
I
sort
can't-
of thing?
The sphere of knowledge. I hope it can't tell. I have waited 10 years for this.
Seeker of power, know your element. Say not, but show. Of what do I speak? Curved, flat, jagged, or smooth, delivered by salty foam. Some contain sounds, others riches, sold by the seashore.
I know, it's...
Show.
I have to find what it is asking for. Something to do with my element, I suspect. I should search the appropriate hall.
Or, just give it the shell.
Receive your power.
Yes!
The sphere has judged you worthy, I take it. Excellent. You are progressing well.
Thanks to you.
Ah, but that is my duty, no? A far cry from this training hall's intended purpose. When our warriors outnumbered the scholars. Do you know what you are seeking yet?
A lock of the priestess's hair, a griffin's egg, and a trinicorn's horn.
One might think we were training thieves. Good luck in your tasks. Feel free to consult with me if you wish, and do not forget, the world beyond these walls is treacherous. Trust no one.
I have
Now,
literally
to
had no
business.
idea who this is.
Your trials mark your competence to carry a conductor. Take this.
No. Weird tattoo.
It's a shiny... This hall...
Bear it well. It will channel your element's gifts, allowing you to perform less passive magic.
It's handy in a fight, you mean?
More like essential. Listen carefully, Doc. The conductor is to be used strictly for defense, and under no circumstances are you to inflict harm upon the giftless humans within the town's walls. This law transcends all others, and has done so since the Orkstein Wars. Now that you have received the first of your spells, I suggest you familiarize yourself with your new abilities.
Nice.
Your raw skills are another matter. As you gain knowledge and experience, ensure to invest them wisely. That way you will improve the attributes best suited to your nature. In this lies the key to unlocking your greater potential. Consider how your recent experience might best benefit you. Decide which areas you wish to improve in.
Nice, there's a level up system. Venom is a thing as well, huh? That's curious. Okay, so it says here. Ooh, interesting. that sounds good.
The conductor alone is a powerful weapon, but it can be made more so. As you venture beyond the safety of the tower, you may chance upon the odd gemstone. These are known to contain particular properties for those who can assess and harness them. When set into your conductor, you will find your abilities enhanced. Only 2 may be embedded at any one time. I have been keeping one such gem for you. Consider it an early initiation gift.
I'm going to assume it's the one over there, but...
Take the green...
It would be easier.
I confess the power contained within that gem has waned over time. It will not take you long to locate a better one. For now, though, it will suffice. Set it into one of your conductor slots.
Interesting. I do like
Well
how
done.
it has all these
I shall
elements
teach you
of RPG
about
stuff.
your newly acquired combat spells. A challenger for Dark!
I am Melvin.
Ah, another face to rearrange.
Oh shit. Combat paused. So it has pausable combat. I showed. Clear.
Weren't you listening?
Nope.
While Ice Shard may be your first spell, think of it as your last line of defense. It uses little mana, but packs a powerful punch once mastered. Go ahead and cast it at your opponent.
Weren't you listening? This is how you use it. Yeah, yeah.
Weren't you listening? While Ice Shard may be your first, it uses little...
Oh, it really wants me to.
Very good. Even when magically exhausted, you may still summon enough energy to deter your attackers. Aside from being... your accuracy may suffer in the beginning. The Clear spell will enclose you inside a fluidic bubble, rendering you impervious to harm for a short time. The force of the barrier will also push nearby foes away. Cast it on yourself now. Good. Remember, enemies won't attack what they can't see. You, however, may continue to cast magic while the spell is active. Now that we have covered everything, would you like a one-on-one practice session?
Yeah. Hey, hey. Okay. That's... oh man, that's kind of... I'm really not used to this. I'm not sure if this is a good addition or a bad one. Kill him. Kill him. Kill the bitch.
Not enough mana.
Not enough mana. Okay. So I'm not allowed any weapons of that to just beat these fuckers?
Not enough.
That's okay. We're gonna lose this. Oh.
Well done, Tyler. As for you, Dark, you'll have to do better than that if you ever hope to become a fully fledged mage.
It's only Tyler. No one likes him anyway.
Now you are prepared. For leaving the tower, at least. Should you yearn for further knowledge, seek the Mixing Martial with Magical Compendium in our reading hall.
Varner, Fire Mage.
Not friend?
The tests are designed to hone your skills through an intensive period of performing under stress. To know your element, as the sphere instructs, is to know yourself. Like yourself, I was admitted when I was 6. There were a number of children around my age at the time. Many of us became good friends, though I have lost track of most of them. There are few halls dedicated to the survival of not only the individual, but also to that of our kind. The sphere of knowledge contains the learning of all our known gifts. It decides when you are ready to receive new abilities. You should return to it when you have gained more experience. To think any of us might have been born without our element's blessing. How do our giftless cousins cope?
Not very well, because apparently you deprived them of fucking technology.
We are the born leaders, the frontliners. We blaze trails through history and let others follow, if they can. I am as you see me.
Dad.
I have great respect for all our masters, Pyres in particular. From the day I arrived, Master Pyres saw in me what others would not. He helped me become the mage I am today. Have you been listening to gossip? No one knows for certain who will succeed the Fire Master. I have heard only what you have, that it has come down to myself and Mage Valaeum. He will enjoy my full support should he become Fire Master, just as Pyres does now. You have grown from strength to strength over the years. I am pleased to have had a part in your education. I would be honored to assist you in developing. It is a proud day when a novice receives his first conductor. Guard it well. It will channel your gifts into more, shall we say, aggressive uses. By adding gems to the 2 empty sockets, your power shall grow even stronger. Use it wisely and with restraint. Remember our rule. Gifts are not to be used in opposition unless in self-defense, and never against your giftless cousins. You may find that limiting, but more so the consequences should you transgress that law. During the Elements' Reckoning, volatile conditions caused the rapid formation of mineral artifacts beneath the scorched earth. Being a product of elemental convergence, these gemstones can channel the power of the elements. They are essential to the further enhancement of your abilities.
It's gonna be fun for just like
Keep
using
your eyes
radioactive
open for
metal.
them. They may appear to you at any time. This hall was once dedicated entirely to the art of combat. How things change. Now, even some giftless dare consider us not the warriors we once were. Still, perhaps it's best they do not know. Despite the efforts of many, the old traditions endure. Study can only take you so far. The real world is the master instructor. It will show you your potential, and even ways to exceed it.
Oh god, no. So much stuff.
We may be chosen, but we are not immune to nature's effects. Seek to counter all that ails you.
There is one thing I'm very not fond of these sorts of games, and that's just when they dump all sorts of information on you. It's like, I really do like this world, and I'm enjoying it and really getting into it, but sometimes it feels like you can delve into too many topics, if that makes sense.
The traditional
Maybe pace it a
protections of the
little somehow.
giftless are too cumbersome for spellcasting. However, there exist less restrictive artifacts, which may provide a safeguard when added to your conductor. Preparation is always advisable, however short the journey. The better equipped, the greater your chances of survival. It is a regrettable truth that we live in such a dangerous world. One should have knowledge of all potential adversaries. Heed my words, lest you not live to appreciate them.
Cool.
Ready for some one-to-one?
Sure, I'll give that another go now that I have a better idea of what I'm supposed to be
for
doing.
Dark!
It's gonna be Tyler again? Yup.
Ah, another face to rearrange.
Forget the other guy. This guy's a real Draco Malfoy. Yeah, bitch. No, you die, not me. Okay, now I know what I'm doing. This combat is more enjoyable. And it's great that you can interrupt them. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. Yes!
Well done, Dark. Try harder next time, Tyler.
Suck it, Tyler.
Not interested.
No, I am.
These are better suited to the...
Ugh. Can I just cast magic stupidly?
I should not cast magic.
Yeah, you should.
Casting spells upon other mages without a very good...
Yeah, no, I really do like the setup, how it's like the same room, but not each time.
She appears to be... It's not so uncommon. I wonder if...
It's Cray Cray.
Bort.
Friend, Earth Mage. Oh, really? That's also the items? Let's see what Bort has to say.
Cray gave it to you? He must not be feeling well. Nothing wrong with the back of your sleeve. For the brow, mind you.
Yes.
A kind gesture, but all my needs are more than met in the tower.
Give me money. Something 7 seas. What was it?
The compass and note I gave. All I'll tell you is that it's... Take good care of it. Some towns grow... I want to go... Where else would it? If you want to get... Newly initiated... She was my mentor. Now that I've learned all I can from her, I'm looking to more knowledgeable sources. I have had the opportunity... Our motivation... The compass and note... Some towns grow... Just my luck. Did you get the priestess too? Are you... My tap...
I'm not sure where the information was.
Is that because you have a bet?
No, it's because I'm asking.
It will work. Got it today, did you? I received... I don't have a cold.
I'm just an asshole.
The currency of non-mages... I can get my own.
Fine.
I have been working on my own formula. The effects will last longer without the tingly aftertaste.
A pot filled with... I can't use... has that covered. I can't.
I do like it when these sorts of games like really think about all the sorts of stuff you can do. Just mess with it. Let's head off on the journey.
I can't believe I've lived in the tower for 10 years, and this is the first time I get to explore the region.
Yes, you can make them run. Always appreciated.
An imposing wall keeps the...
Fine, let's have a look in town first.
Flasks for sale. Buy one and get another at exactly the same price.
What a deal!
The trinket seller deals in potions, rare gems, and other oddities. He is not from around here. This elaborate... Talk about a sales pitch.
The length and breadth of a life can be measured in many ways. You see me both as I was and as I am.
What does that mean exactly?
Interpretation is not mine to give.
Then perhaps I can try.
No harm can come of it.
I have two theories. You were an important person once, respected, in a position of authority, a spiritual leader. Something happened to cause you to leave. A dishonor, perhaps? Or an injustice. Now you are forced to live on a foreign continent, forging a meager existence, selling trinkets on the streets of a small town.
And the other?
That this whole mystical motif is a ruse to get customers to buy your wares.
Impressive. You have uncovered what many seldom see.
Really? Which theory was true?
Both, and neither. The paths to the chooser are as the elements to the mage.
But it is the element who chooses the mage, not vice versa.
In saying, so do we bereave. Do you mind 8-legged arachnids? The spiderling's glands secrete a venom that is ideal for creating antidotes. I shall pay for any amount you can obtain.
Trade. Oh, what's this? Smooth aquamarine. Nice stones in there. Yes, please. Let me buy all the empty flasks.
A humble, generous member of... I feel like thanking him.
Kill him. He's evil.
Hey, Finn. We've got a new boy in town.
I can see that, Pug. You'll have to excuse my friend. The name's Fend.
Dark.
He's a mage.
I can see that, Pug. Where are you from?
Stew Pond, originally.
Bit of a sinkhole, I hear.
I don't remember.
Trust me, you're not missing much. We haven't been here long ourselves. We like to keep moving.
We don't want anyone catching up.
Shut up, Pug. I'll say one thing for your hometown, Mage. At least it's too small to have its own lord.
Finn has a problem with the pug.
Listen, Doc. May I call you that? Why don't we get better acquainted? Is this your first time in the tavern?
Yeah.
Excellent. Then you'd best follow the locals' tradition. New boys by the rounds.
Or I could just leave and never see you again, you stupid shit. Roger. Ruffian. Blake. Roger
This
Blake?
fellow is doing an exceptional job at keep the local drunk, I'm sorry, entertainment.
Okay.
I'd ask him where he got that medallion, but I have a feeling there's a long story behind it.
Maybe,
Either he lost his belt, or he's trying out a new look. In any case, I'd better not show too much interest.
Okay, just gonna deal with it then.
He's run out of things to think.
You come, you pay, you drink.
I really do like these portraits.
I sell drinks.
And?
I drink
That's
drinks.
What'll you have?
What have you got?
Ale.
Is that it?
Well, there's the special that the rough-looking fellow over there's having, but it would probably kill a child like you.
The man near the open window?
Yeah. Keep your wits around him.
Is he trouble?
Who knows? Rumor has it he's of the wastelands, or used to be.
So he'd know his way around there.
Probably, but only the town full would ask.
Around. Well, I guess I'll be coming back here. Oh, hello.
And so, to cover the necessary costs of maintaining my manor, the price of ale will be increased by 15%. Secondly, the appointment of a new town sheriff following the recent passing of the late lawkeeper Kristen is expected within the month. In the meantime, any criminals, however trivial their indiscretions, will answer personally to my gods and shall receive the full hospitality of the Lord's basement. Thirdly, let it be known that there is to be a new tax called the King's Tribute. This will help curry favor with His Majesty, so that he may look with a generous eye toward Igenor's most humble lord and its community. Finally, anyone caught in my private gardens will receive a fine of no less than 5% of their seasonal profits. This concludes the announcements. I bid you, the working class, good day.
What an asshole.
I can't believe that.
Will we survive if there's a drought?
Will we?
I feel like
How could the king appoint him?
they're talking among.
I guess I just have to kill them all.
Why did Lord Limberley have to leave us?
That bit of recording equipment seemed a bit...
The mages won't help.
We can't do anything about it.
It's loose.
Gotta love rope in these games, how it's just everywhere. For no real reason.
The signpost indicates the direction of the lake. Mount, one could argue.
Well, the lake is that way, but what the frig was that? Mountains? Oh, wait. Vines?
I should not.
Yeah, you should. You're a mage, dude.
It's not my job.
You're gonna be able to climb that later, I guarantee you. And that concludes this preview of Mage's Initiation, Reign of the Elements. It seems like a neat little adventure game so far. I look forward to checking it out more. And as for my final thoughts, you'll just have to read my review.